And so for handling these leads, you're going to have ICP1, which is green. Just going to make this green. All right. Also make this a bit bigger. You're going to have ICP1, which is essentially sales team plus high effort. All right. This is what you want to do. And then you're going to have ICP2, which is that middle category where you can either have sales team and low effort, or you can just have a self checkout if it financially makes sense, right? And then you're going to have no fit. And these ones you just disqualify. Simple as that. Now, if you have multiple offers, you can say, okay, well, can I make a low ticket offer where the bottom 80% of my market can get results? And then you build a lower ticket offer that's cheap, where you can over time nurture people to become this ICP or this ICP ideally. Okay, lots of people do this. For example, we run a cold email lead generation agency. Okay, we get sales calls for company, and engagements with us start at $3,000 per month. That's just it. Okay, and so we run the whole system. We do outbound cold email. We call every reply within 5 minutes. We have our internal sales team. We have a software that we built for all of this to basically get meetings, and we have a performance fee only showed in qualified call. That's when we get paid. And so this is what we do for other companies, right? And we have specific criteria for our ICP. For example, the total addressable market needs to be big enough so that we can do enough volume. Okay, their LTV needs to be at least $10,000 for it to be worth it for them to pay us. You can have very high ticket offer for your top 20%. You can have normal, like medium tier offers for the middle, and you can have lower ticket offers for the bottom of your market. Okay, and so once you have this criteria, every time you get a lead in, you need to sort them and categorize them based on very clear yes or no criteria. What do I mean with this? If your checklist says for someone to be ICP1, for someone to be green, they need to make at least $20,000 a month. Random example. If someone is making $19,990, they are not your ICP1. They're in the second category. Okay? You need to be very strict with this, because the moment you start deviating from this is when everything gets messy. If you make a system, make it properly. Okay? There's 3 categories, and they get put in the one they belong. And when you're like, yeah, but I feel like this could be a good... No. If you have criteria, that's the one you stick to. All right? And you need to make your criteria very binary. You can't qualify if it's based on how you feel. Oh, I didn't like how they look is not a qualification criteria. That just doesn't make any sense. Because for one sales rep, it might be one thing. For the other, it might be another. So if it's not black and white and every single person in your team knows exactly what is category 1, what is 2, what is not a fit, then it's not going to work. All right? So it's probably a high chance that you can take your qualification list and just shorten it by a lot. Because you only need 3 to 4 criteria that if those are 100% true, binary, it's yes or no, there's no in between, that they will get good results. And then you can put your full attention with high effort in that ICP to make sure that they get the help they need, which is they buy your product because your service is great. If your product sucks, then that's the first thing you need to fix anyway. But that's about it.